Welcome to the Roy Anthony and
every
Friends show.
Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all
Hey,
tap in.
is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is
Anthony
anybody out
show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick
every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Tuesday.
It's during the week, homie. The Roy
Every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
Tap
call
in.
before we gotta
Tap
go.
in.
What you listening to? The Roy Anthony
Every
Show.
Tuesday.
Come on and kick it with us. The Roy Anthony
Every
Show.
Thursday.
It's going down, homeboy. The Roy Anthony Show. Co-host
Tap in.
Big Hank. We getting it. What you think?
Hey.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest.
What it do? What it do? What it do? This is Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show podcast, along with my co-stars, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner, Big Hank Norman. I want y'all to have a special prayer for Big Hank. He wasn't on the show Tuesday. Now I know that Miss Joy Towner, Cynthia Joy Towner, she was had been going through excessive physical therapy, and then she had to fly out for a business conference. And right when she wanted to come on, the meetings was going on. Can't knock her for trying to getting that paper. Big Hank though wants to pray for me. He had out the blue, never had a seizure, and then he with him fainting from the seizure, blacking out. He hit his head, and they kept him in the hospital all Monday night through Tuesday afternoon. Then took him through evaluation. So, so far I know that he's healthy. Right now, they're just going through different tests. And I know, and like I told him, I know he's doing a lot. He does a lot. He's doing his comedy, rap group. He's the head deacon of the church. He keeps that church immaculate. Every program, every single thing, he makes sure that it's set up. And then he has a birthday party that's coming up, which is May the 19th, but he's having a big party May the 17th and stuff. And what's up with you? Just me. I know he is, but I don't say his name, but that's a tease with me and the homies and stuff. And so once again, keep Big Hank in prayers. I don't know if he be coming on today or not. I just want to make sure that he's healthy. He knows that I got love for him in my heart, big time. And so that's my brother. Well, once again, this is Roy Anthony on the Roy Anthony Show podcast. Of course, like I said, my co-stars, Big Hank Norman, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner, and we represent the WO platform, which was created to bring awareness to how our veterans, active and non-active, commit suicide on a daily rate. And so some people will say, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. Just me. He got prayers going on for Big Hank. Seizures are no joke. And he texted me and stuff because I was ribbing him because I didn't hear from him after the Lakers was out of the playoffs. And we always jibbing each other. I'm a Clippers fan. He's a Lakers fan. And I didn't hear from him. And so then I was like, yeah, I understand. I felt like he probably, and that's when I found out. And his response to me is like, the devil is just clowning, which he has been. Y'all wouldn't even understand what I've been going through. But you know what? is glory be to God, and my prayers to everybody. And we, like I said, we represent the WO Entertainment platform, and we call ourselves a conversational piece. We hit upon situations, especially as an American citizen, especially as being a Black American, but recognizing that skin is just a color, and it's waste. The the powers to be, how they keep us separated and keep us divided, that causes a lot of friction when I'm no better than you and you know better than me. Um, Sometimes it seems like our world is every man for himself and God bless us all. But God said to love each other just like I loved you. And but anyway, we represent the WO platform, which was created with a lot of the veterans. Um, I've been with them now. This is our ninth season. Matter of fact, coming to the end of the ninth season, but the WO is going to be shutting down November of this year as far as the network and reconstructing in different ways. And a lot of different people has been coming to me like, hey man, we want you over on our podcast. And I just said, let me talk with my team. And sometimes it's um, very meaningful to us to be a conversation piece. It's not a confrontation, it's a conversation. I'm not a person who picks and say, this person is wrong, this person's right. It's wrong when it's against humanity. When it's about humans, I'm not into human trafficking and abusing kids. I'm saying that's a no-no to me. I don't give a pass to child molesters or rapists, and period. I don't. That's something that you really have to ask God to work with you on that, because that's one area that I draw a line at. I also draw a line on my sexuality. I don't have to exploit, but that I'm a heterosexual. I don't knock who you are, because it's not about your sexuality. It's how we think and how we can work and correspond together. What you do in your household is you. I am against men who gets their nuts cut off and want to compete with women. You know, Thanks, Carl. He says so true, Roy. I I'm not knocking if a person, if you have your balls cut off. I'm not knocking you. That's your business. Just like I tell, and I don't understand why men have a big complaint about what women are doing. I think that should be like a woman assembly and let them vote about abortions and stuff like that. Us men don't have no say so on that. That's my opinion. You know, I can understand if a man say, I heard a guy tell me, well, I want that woman to have my baby. Well, it's supposed to be a mutual thing. You know, we ain't here about controlling an individual. It's letting that person come to you free willingly. Like that's why but anyway, we make up a conversation. It's not a confrontation, it's a conversation. And the WO, which was head producer Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, that's a stage name, along with my man Goose. Uh, and I don't like to bring in confusion. They know who they are. I know when I met them, there was a third person there. I just try to keep the confusion down, but they know I show all the respect. Um, God is not an author of confusion. So sometimes it's best to keep my mouth shut on certain things and, go from there. We have our associate producer, Blue Phoenix, Eighth and Daily. They keep it running. Every time there's a situation, I can hit them up on Messenger. Then we have our good neighbors. That's the BV Nation back with veterans based out of Oregon. The Long Beach All Stars, based which is Long Beach, Watts, Linwood, Compton, all the brothers, veterans and non-veterans. Then we got the WO Entertainment family and our own personal families, friends, associates, and even those who don't like us. God bless you. Now, today's show is about, you know, some things are depression. You got a good outlook in life today. And so, yes, Tuesday we're saying that each new day is the start of the remaining of your life. And when I explained how an old man told me that each new day, when you wake up, and even the Bible says if you a man who sorrow and crying at night, in the morning comes joy. I knew he was going to say that. It's even for Roy's white neighbors like me. Then he's going to put a ghost emoji and stuff. I call them my brothers. It's just for when I'm identifying certain aspects in this world. Because if you know me, I never bring up about if you it's black or white, whatever. I say the difference of what it seems. Because when you watch our show, you see how educated we are. I'm not talking slang. I know slang. I know how to talk properly, correct, and Big Hank be on me about that, about pronouncing words correctly and not making up words. He is very educated. 4 years at USC. Come on now. Miss Darla, hey, good morning. She said, morning, handsome man and beautiful people. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Tuesday, we was talking about each new day is the beginning of your life, of the remainder of your life. Now, some people are caught up in insanity. And why would I say insanity? Because insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and you keep expecting the different results. Grow teeth, damn it. Yeah, I'm always put this comment because he be having me laughing. I like people who have sense of humor, and that's my brother. I could kick it with him all day and stuff. He had me laughing. Okay, now. Okay, so if the new day is the start of the remaining of your life, some days it seems like life serves you a limit. Now, a lot of people look at a limit like if you got a car and you bought the car and it look all nice and stuff, and about a week later is the engine is messing up and everything's falling apart. They say, "Oh, you bought a lemon." Like you done bought something that's not completely correct or is halfway put together or something. So a lemon, so most people look at a lemon. If you bite into a lemon, it's sour and make your face, you're like, all that, right? But a lemon can be broken down into positive uses. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, can I build? Yeah, you can rebuild a car. I've seen guys take junkers and fix them up so well that, you know, it, they took a lemon and turned it into something. Now, in lemons, you can make lemon juice. So it's a hot day. You only got lemons, add a little sugar, you got lemonade. Some creative people who makes pastries make lemon meringue pie. Some people, lemons are used as furniture polish, shoe polish, and there's so many different things. As you see on my underneath my name, it say life served you lemons. Make juice. Make it into sweet. See, sometimes when we get a lemon, we act sour because that a lemon by its naturalness is sour, and so everything is going right for you. Then all of a sudden there's a monkey wrench thrown in your game. Doesn't mean that you should take it as despair, because I was taught as a kid, one is that God will only put on you what you can bear. He can only put on you what you bear. Some of you soldiers and stuff, y'all been through it, and for you to make it through, especially some want to give up doing boot camp. Some question themselves, why did I get into this and stuff? And then you go over and you face all this terror and death and everything, and it got to wonder, am I gonna make it out? And when they do, they found out that what they thought was lemons and first turned out to be lemon juice, and they benefited from it. Now, is it beneficial always to make juice out of lemons? No. Sometimes you back them up, because I'm saying lemons is like problems. A trouble pops up. That's what I'm saying equate a lemon to. It's nothing, it's a problem occur. It's a situation, and sometimes it's so easy. It sounds cliche, as even when somebody throws a scripture at you, like, oh, put your faith in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding. Sometimes that person who ain't going through nothing seems to throw that at you, even though it's the truth. But you as an individual got to know that. A preacher can preach to you all day long until you're blue in the face, but you had to accept that God has it. He lean not, because no man can give God any advice or thoughts. We can just pray and hope he hears our prayers, because sometimes we don't know what's good for ourselves. Oh, there's our queen right there. You've been in it. What's up with you, Miss Cynthia Joy Town?
What's up, everybody? I know I've been missing. Listen,
Like a mug, but I saw your face on the side of a milk carton. I was like, last time I seen her, she was in Colorado Springs.
you paid the ransom. That's how I got out.
Well, I gave encouraging words.
Yeah, man, I've been
Trying to get modern
making
advice.
these moves.
Yeah.
Between my let me show y'all. Wait, let me show y'all first of all. Hold on. Bam. Okay. Look.
Oh wow. You doing?
So I had surgery, and I got a nice little scar over here, and I don't think y'all can see it. Let me see if I can show y'all all of my stuff. You see
yeah.
it? So long story short, y'all know my arm was really contracted because stroke did what it did. I was real tight. So they cut a tendon and loosened up my arm. So now I got range of motion. I can
Oh wow.
I can go.
See, that's what, see, now y'all see how some black folks do? They get healed, and next thing you know,
turn up. But
I'm up here, yeah, I'm up here like, you be careful now. I said, oh, how beautiful, nice to see. Now today's show fits what I'm talking to everybody. Cheers, a prime example. When life serves you a lemon, I say make juice. And I'm showing that where 10 years ago, when I was just comparing how lemons can look like a trouble or something, a problem occurs. 10 years ago, life served Miss Joy a lemon, and she became a survivor of a stroke. And as you see her bragging, and she ain't stopped though. This ain't the first time she been dancing.
Right.
Seen her. Oh my God! Don't see them karaoke. I said I'm coming up there. Colorado Springs. I thought I was gonna be. It's not coming up there because of Deion Sanders and what they doing. I'm coming up here to Colorado Springs to karaoke, and so I've been practicing on a song for a couple of months now that I plan on turning out the crowd. You know,
okay, let's get
it. Is a true crooner. You understand me? I also want to pray for Big Hank. Monday, Big Hank had a seizure.
James is peeking.
Wait,
Big Hank, what happened to Big Hank?
He had a seizure Monday. Oh, never had one in his life. I didn't know what was going on with him. He didn't show up too. See, I was giving clowning how the Lakers had lost, and he never responded to nothing. Then I found out he had a seizure, he blacked out, and he hit his head and stuff like that. They kept him in the hospital. He texted me, but I think he said, because he's preparing for a birthday party. He's having a major birthday party May the 17th. Because it's it's gonna be packed too. When life gives you a lemon, plant the seeds and open up a lemonade stand. That part.
That's that part. I love that right there.
Just me say that's freaking awesome. He was talking about when you was doing your dance moves and stuff. For real. They're gonna be going back and looking at it because your body look like you're getting your shape and everything.
Did you see it coming?
Yes, I did. I was like, look, that's why he's like, yeah, back it up.
Show out then.
And see, this is a prime example of somebody who served lemon. Myself, you know, and if we tell you, look how we're bubbling, we're laughing. Um, as you know, Miss Cynthia moved from Southside Chicago to Colorado Springs, and she's I never seen her not hustling. I never seen anybody um, say anything bad about you at all, or anything. Now, I got you a client too.
What are you?
They're going to be contacting you today. They hit me today. It was like that last about they wanted to get some life insurance, and
Okay.
I
What,
said, hey, I sent them your number just about 5 minutes before the show was coming on.
yeah,
They
that's what's
watched me
up.
now. They was, so they're gonna be calling you.
Listen, that's real, y'all. I am a licensed life insurance agent, and I also am working on my investments license. So, if you need some investing, get with your girl. If you need some life insurance, get with your girl. If you're looking to build you a business, get with your girl. Cause listen, I'm gonna see you from the top. I'm on a mission, and it's going down. So you better get on the right side of the team.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna make an announcement to everybody because the devil has been attacking me in financial. Well, I got picked up to be I want to be also one of the top civil designers for a project that a lot of military veterans is about to has came together. A lot of the wealthy militaries have got with other military people, and they're about to do a census called building 1,000 homes for veterans and stuff. So you can when that program goes on and stuff, it's a program that they're building 1,000 homes across the U.S. J.P. Morgan and a lot of cats are involved. They made yours truly an executive as a civil designer because when it comes to GIS, GPS, survey, civil layouts, and stuff, that's what my profession is on the side as a professional comedian and a civil designer. Hey, mute your stuff. I'm about to mute
Huh?
him. I want to say mute your because you can hear something all in the background.
Okay. I mean,
And
go ahead.
so, um, while she's getting herself together. Hey, now, as everybody was saying, and Cynthia can hear me, right? You can nod your head. She can hear me. I played a video with Denzel Washington speaking and I want to play that again for real. I've never played something twice unless it was funny, but I want to play this for those when there's something that's bothering you or something, listen to it over and over. Sometimes I will play a song over and over, especially if it hypes me up. I'm like, man, play that again, man. I like that song. I like
The
this.
devil is not attacking you because you are weak. The devil is attacking you because you are a threat, because there is something valuable inside you. Remember, thieves don't try to break into empty houses. The devil couldn't take you out, so he's trying to wear you out. So don't you ever give in, because the tide is about to turn in your favor. God knows you're tired. He knows you're trying. Put him first. Trust him. He will make a way. Even when you aren't sure of the outcome, you can be sure of your God. He is with you. He is for you. And he is working all things together for your good. If you agree, comment amen.
Amen. Amen. Just me. That's just I'm gonna call him just me. He said all I can hear in the background is Roy smoke alarm being dead. Somebody get your boy a 9B battery. And it's so funny
I
he
felt
said
that
that.
though. That's
Hey,
real.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. What he just said, y'all, if you hear your smoke alarm and it makes it a beep, that means that your battery do need to be changed. And how I found this out, I'm renting this house, and there's smoke alarms different spots. So this one smoke alarm is always beep out the blue, right? You and so we was one of the people that was came over to the house one day had kind of got blacking out a little bit because they was diabetic, and they didn't have their insulin with them, and they started, had to call the ambulance. First, the fire truck people get there and check and stuff and say, okay, so they put on the gurney just for safe help to take her to the hospital and stuff. And the smoke alarm kept going beep. And fire gave me, this fire dude gave me this big old spiel about that beep. Sir, you need to change the batteries in your smoke alarms. It's very vital. The wham, he did the whole dog and pony show. So now every time I hear that beep, and that's what you can hear sometimes, I say, I'm gonna get that fixed. Thank you, just me and stuff. But anyway, when life serves you a lemon, and now my foundation is God, and I believe in the spiritual God, that God is love, and they that worship him in spirit and truth. And I'm a religious person. I know y'all don't really see me going to church, to a church building. I believe in that the body of church is the people, where it's two or three. I will go to a church. It's not that I won't. It's just that I have who I'm in around the same company. I don't want to be around a lot of people and only 1/3 of them is really believing in God, and most of them is coming for motivational, because this says something to do. Oh, they go to church every Sunday, you know. Um, I want y'all to check this guy out. I ran across this young brother. He was on Shannon Sharp's show, the Club Shay Shay, and I really don't play. I study, but something moves me. I feel like if it'll move me, it might help you. But I love what this dude was saying. Check this out.
Brother Shannon, my grandmother used to tell me that if water has never been ice, then water can't tell you what it feels like to be cold. And we are living in a generation that continues to deem themselves credible when they haven't gone through the necessary things to be credible. You follow me? One of the greatest things you can say to someone is, I do not know. I even felt the Holy Spirit when I said that, because this world has made us think that we have to have all the answers. One of the most integral things you can say is, I don't know. See, my grandmother used to tell me this too. She said, coffee is coffee, but when you add cream and sugar to it, it becomes juice. You follow me? And if you have to add all these ingredients in order to like it, then do you really like coffee, or do you like what you're adding to it? You understand what I'm saying? This is why people struggle to have a relationship with God and trust him. But you have to go through certain things in order to trust him as that thing you need to trust him as, right? If you never needed provision, you don't know God as a provider. If you've never needed healing, you don't know God as a healer. Brother Shannon, there are a lot of people that are adding things to God in order to trust him. And check this out. If I have to change God in order to trust him, then do I trust him? Same thing with coffee. If you can't drink it black, then whatever you add to the coffee, you like more than the coffee. And God does not change. God bless you, Brother Shannon.
That's what, oh my God, I was like, man, see, how can you know or tell somebody if you, oh, them drugs, how would you know if you ain't never been on it to tell you? I everything what I talk about on here, on this spot, is stuff I've been through, Big Hank's been through, Miss Cynthia Joy's been through, and I couldn't talk on something and tell you something unless I actually went through it. I've been homeless. I've been shot. I've been in jail. I've been hanged on. I've been attacked. I've attacked, and so now I'm bona fide to tell you that this is the get downs. I'm bona fide to tell you the outcomes. I tell my kids, I can tell you and talk to you. It's like they say the cliche of, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink it. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but they don't want to put that work in. Everybody want to get paid, but they don't want to put that work in. They just they want to go and then, like I tell people, I was taught that see why people say, well, Roy, you're a natural born leader. All these people's following you. Got all these cats and people, all races and stuff. I said, because a real leader is that when things go bad, I take the responsibility of it. I say it's my fault. A follower will say it's because of them and because he did that and she did that. And that's why, for real. And then when things go good, I take it as it was a team effort. I don't say, hey, I did this, because I didn't do it by myself. I may have pulled a little bit out of this from you and then, and I just orchestrated. But when we be victory, it's all of us. Even when my comedy shows, my live comedy shows, things go bad, I take it. I don't push the blame. I has to solve it. Hey man, that's on me. I take care of it. Hey man, that's on me. But then when things are well, oh man, it's all of us. You see the group pictures. The road to hell is wide, y'all. The Bible tells us we have earthquakes and diverse places of destruction. We've been having tornadoes. They're predicting 80 tornadoes this year. Earthquake over in the East Coast. Volcanoes blowing up. Over 100. I found out yesterday, over hundreds of students was arrested on campuses across the U.S. And God says there'll be wars and rumors of wars. If you look on the news, you have seen all these police was coming. They was actually battling with students. And guess what it was about? The stuff over there in Palestine and Israel. And they're bringing that over here. And they're fighting. Then the police trying to bring order. They was attacking the police. Pandemonium, chaos. That's wars, rumors of wars, famine and stuff, for real. And I advise you is like, hey man, this world ain't gonna get no better. The best thing to do is you get better by getting you some spiritual life insurance, which is right. What helps me is to God, the Spirit who gave me salvation through his son. Now, if you need help or whatever, you get with somebody who's like-minded. If you need to get to a level like where I believe God is with me 24/7, I don't really go to the tabernacle church. I send my tithes. I'm not saying that I'm there because my ministry is 24/7. Now I do come up under the guidance of Dr. Williams, the head pastor of St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church on the west side of Long Beach. That's where Big Hank's the head deacon. There's a lot of men in there. They tell you, I sit to the back and stuff, but if things come up, the pastor talk with me. He's blessed and ordained what I'm doing. He said those aren't protesters, they are insurrectionists. All of that and stuff. I don't even know why they have to call them insurrectionists or protesters. The thing is that they're out there about something that they don't like. Because over here in America, and what they're fighting about is over here because they know that we just don't start shooting people. Where if they was in their countries doing that, because see, we allow different foreigners or whatever, and if they're not foreigners, they still go to school and stuff like that. They're bringing their problem to American soil. And then what gets me is that they want our military to help each one of their situations when they ain't did nothing for our American neighborhoods. I noticed that stuff. And I tell people, hey man, I got enough limits to deal with than to be worried about the limits that's happening in your country. If you got a fight, if there's a fight going on over in your country, then you need to go over there to your country and deal with it. Don't try to get us involved. I got a problem with this guy over here, and so I'm gonna see if I go to Big Hank and them. Hey, Big Hank, hey man, I got a problem with these. Get the fellas that you know. I got a problem with this guy. But some of the guys he knows, they know him. And so he's like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring it over here. And you're right. They insurrectionists and stuff. That's not protest. You bring your battle over here because you want us to deal with something that is man-made of. Let's keep it 100. That country, Israel, was originated in 1948, 52, something like that. 1900s. Try to make it seem, what you say, God put that out. God was just invented in 1920. God's been real. And the real children of Israel is the people. Stop lying and stuff. And then you'll sit up here, all these cats and stuff like that, causing chaos, fighting and stuff like that. So they do it over here in America because America has more restraints. Even though we say our police be killing people, they got more constraints to try to, ration, get you down and take you into jail, but they didn't shoot nobody. Now let them did it in those countries over there in Palestine and stuff. They shoot them so then y'all be all at the United Nations talking about, oh, they just was killing us, all that stuff. Yes, you're right. Keeping good company is essential. Very essential. We got to tell the truth of what it is. We got enough problems over here in America and stuff, man. We don't have no time in trying to coerce our politics. You look down at Americans, then you want our military to come help you. And when you deal with military, we're talking about us blacks who you sometimes look down at. A lot of my friends are veterans. Just like the guys who's hitting on this podcast, and you see in the notes I put in veterans. But you want us to go over there, but when you're over here, you look down at us. But when you got a little religious thing going on, you want us to fight for you. He said, Palestine didn't want the smoke. They wouldn't have invaded Israel back in October. Then liberal students get mad when Israel fights back. Yeah, I'm saying is take it over there. Don't bring it here. Life serving you a lemon, make you some lemon juice. Stop trying to bring the lemons over here. I don't like that stuff. I'm still stand up for black folks. Why should we think about your fight when blacks have been going through so much in this country? And then we got my white neighbors who's been going through it so much. When Richie told me, Redneck Pimp told me what they was going through, I'm like, whoa. When there's no blacks in a certain community, then they call them, Richie said they call them, rednecks or whatever. I don't like to say that. I feel like that's a derogatory statement, but that makes me feel kind of, but that's what he said. They getting beat up by the police. So we got stuff to feel. People who's been generational, born in U.S. can't even be homeless and stuff. And these people over here take advantage of American rights and all this. And now when something's going on over there, you want us, and now you fighting it with us. Like we supposed to take on your fight. And that's the selfishness. And ain't nothing but God. Go, if you believe in God, go solve it over there. Because you know why? They know good and well them people over there start shooting you. You don't have the same political freedom and freedom of speech and everything as we have in America. This is why I tell people America is one of the greatest countries, but it's also going to be one of the most savage countries. But I tell you one thing, we can protest. They may go gas at you and stuff, but they don't start shooting you. And so your students come over here and then whoop the wham. Now all of a sudden, only why they protested, they sure ain't going over their country protesting. They ain't came over here. I know where they at. They all right over here. It's a tip of Africa. They all over here in this area. Why you over here in the United States? Way over here. Now you see where they at, right? They over here fighting. This is above Africa. I'm talking about the northeast of Africa. And then here we are way over here on the west side of Africa, way over here. And you fighting in our streets because of the fact that we offer you freedom. freedom of speech, freedom, and yeah, you take you to jail. But if you was over there in them other countries, you know you're going to get shot. For real. Then you want to look down at blacks and poor whites and stuff and Latinos, not knowing that some of these guys is in the military that's helping you fight for something over in your country. You can get mad if you want to. Your fight, I ain't see you fighting for us, but you want us to fight for you. I'm gonna pray about it. Oh, wait a minute. You may not pray the way I pray because I myself, if you see, I got a cross. I'm more into believing that Jesus Christ died for my sins. To my understanding, a lot of y'all is, you believe in Allah. So you probably want to go talk with Minister Farrakhan. He can kind of give you some advice. I'm not making a pun about that because I read from the Holy Bible, even though I've read the Holy Quran, and there is nothing wrong with the Holy Quran at all, because God can use anyone. Jesus even said there be some that will get to God without coming through me, and so no man knows the mind of God and stuff, for real. I just know what works for me, and I have a lot of Muslim friends. And when I see them, I respect them. They say, assalamu alaikum. I say, alaikum salam. I respect them, but I let them know. That's why I wear this cross, that I believe in salvation through the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. That's my belief. Now, if you want to call me an infidel, whatever, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Because I just know that in y'all countries, y'all still doing it like they still doing it like the Old Testament. And these students come over here knowing that the United States really believe that we fall under grace, and you're sitting up there still for an eye for an eye. So you might as well do your protesting over here because there's a difference. He said, if they want to make a difference, I suggest they get 1,000 milligrams of Grosset and go to the closet recruiting office and sign on the line. Tell them to grow some. He tell them grow balls, grow some kahunas. Go over there and fight the right way. Don't fight the local police and chanting around our college campus. I don't think that's right, because I sure didn't see you. Now, when Mr. George Floyd, the Honorable George Floyd died, and I call him honorable because he took up the whole world, just killed it in the streets. We didn't like that neither. We don't like that neither, for real. I didn't like hearing that 4 police officers were hurt. I didn't like it. You hear me say police. I never say white police or black, because police can be police. It's one police officer, I seen this, and I was like, so what's he so mad about? And the guy was in, how they got these guys that in test, investigate the police. What's up, Jeremy? He said he's president. I was wondering where he was at, bro. For real, Jeremy Daniels, one of our veterans who served over in the U.S. When I start seeing this, and I said I was going to dig in more, but one of the things is when we base things off of lies. And one of the things people keep thinking that it's about money, why these countries are having these infractions and all this war, but it's not more than just money. The more I research and stuff, a lot of this, believe it or not, it's about same sex. For real. I thought it was money. That's what people say and stuff. And I started looking up more and more and more. And some of these countries are based off of homosexuality. It's a stinking God's nostril, and they believe that you should be killed. I lie to you not. I dug up on this, and I found out that it's a really thank you, Miss Artist. She understands what I'm saying. She said, absolutely, America needs to deal with America's issues. See, you come over here and see, the thing is, and I'm explaining to everybody, the problem is it's not always about money. Trust me. In some of these countries, they are straight with their rules that they do not believe in same-sex marriages and homosexuality. They are very deep against that. Our country and certain countries that do allow it wants to make them feel condemned. And they don't want the American people sometimes to know that these battles are going on because of they say it's religious beliefs, but it's fallen under about homosexuality. Our country has accepted homosexuality to a point that some cats are fearful to say that they are heterosexual among a group of people. I'm not ashamed and stuff. That's why when I'm married, I'm not going to commit adultery because they try to throw that in there. I've tried to be absent, doing like a jail term, because then they say, well, you're committing fornication. I never said that I'm not a person who points out your sin. I'm just saying is that our world is fighting over sexuality, believe it or not. I've seen some disturbing news about some of these Democratic presidents we've had in these past years and sanctioning countries over in Africa for not accepting same-sex marriages. Some of the leaders came together, and I seen this clip the guy sent to me from over in Africa, and some of the leaders was like, wow, you rather have our women and children starve and not give us food and grains because we won't accept same-sex marriages. Believe it or not, Russia has a big dislike for homosexuality, to whereas Ukraine has adopted a United States way of being you know what I'm saying? And we've always let other people describe to us who's an enemy or whatever. Now, under grace, I don't attack people because of their sexuality. I'm just letting you know as a messenger, these wars is not just about money. These wars has been about same sex and homosexuality. And some of these countries is against it. He said, so do Muslim countries, yet we have liberals out there defending them. Yes, but I'm just saying, you got people out here fighting, men fighting women about abortion. They ain't fighting them. You notice you don't see a group of men fighting about these men going in here and getting their testicles taken off. It's like you can go to 7-Eleven. Yeah, give me a big gulp. $20 on number 3, and remove these testicles for me. See them. If you're going to protest women getting an abortion, then you need to protest against the dudes getting the testicles. Women can't get pregnant unless, sperm. Sperm comes from the sacs. Why are you letting this man? You need to go over there and protest this man. You should shame him coming out that back door of that clinic. You don't get your nuts removed. You don't get your nuts removed. So hypocrites. It's a land full of hypocrites. People want to tell you what you're doing wrong because they don't want you to see what they're doing wrong. If you point the finger, let other people see what they're doing wrong about. Let's keep it 100. I only have one life to live. And the Lord told me to keep it truthful, live by the truth. The truth is the word of God is a two-edged sword. It's the truth. Cuts you coming in, it's going. For real, why should I be scared? Lord is my strength. Whom I'm going to be afraid of? The Lord is my light and my salvation. When my enemies and my foes team up with those who hate my guts and they come to eat of my flesh, they stumble and they fall. For the Lord puts me in a good spot. He sets a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My cup runneth over. That means I'm not leaving too soon. I'm gonna finish this glass. I'm not shaking. Look how calm my hand is. I'm not shaking. I'm not scared, because only man can destroy your body. God can destroy your body and your soul. He said the point is it takes two to make a baby. Both parents should have a say in what happens to that baby. Well, yes, but most parents, most married couples aren't the ones doing abortions, bro. About 95, believe this or not, 55% of abortions is from women who was raped. The other 40%, 45% are women who are young and they had a one-night stand and stuff like that. And that's not been women and men that's agreed to have a baby. Yes, it takes two to make a baby, but that's not fair if you counter it on like, hey, he said the guy getting his nuts cut off ain't hurting anyone but himself. Just don't try to compete with women. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. You got to think about it. He's hurting himself, but you got hundreds of good humans now. I'm just being honest. What is life? Is it life when it starts in a woman? Is it life when it's exiting out my scrotum? It has to be life at that point. Just me, because he's alive. Now, but see, this is an argument and it's something I really don't like to be part of, because I think that this is something for women. Men should not have a say so. And if a woman is with you and decides to have your baby, there it is. Yes, and I'm totally with you. But you can't make someone do. That's like a woman say, I don't want you to get a tattoo. I don't want you to get an ear piercing. You want control of that. The thing is, you want that woman to feel that she wants to hold your baby, want to keep your baby. I hope you're not telling her, hey, now you gonna carry my baby and go wash the dishes. Well, that's what it kind of sounds like. Well, I feel like that's something we have to let the people do. We got other battles at hand, bro. That's all I'm saying. I think us men got more things to deal with. We got people who snatching children. I'm against that. I'm against people who's trying to tell me I'm a true American and look here. My family goes all the way back to, like I said, and I'm gonna keep telling it, since the Macon Revolution. We got documents since 1660 to 1661 is when I start finding documents about my family and where we go. Now, I don't know what else is a true American because of political stuff. Stop getting fooled by that stuff. Them people ain't paying you. I keep getting text messages because I voted a certain way. I keep getting text messages sometimes from Schumer asking me for $5. Like, why you need $5 from me? Y'all the ones who's rich. Sending me a text message for $5. Why am I sitting up here and then, okay, you saying my taxes help, then why is the police constantly killing me? Stopping me? What? Oh, you can't understand that. Oh, my taxes expired because I had some bills to pay. Some limits were served to me and I had to put it off. But you can't understand that. This is the things I'm talking about. But I'm gonna sit up here, and then I got these other people in other countries coming over here, fighting with over here and stuff. How much money was we gonna give Ukraine? Dang, I'm starting to feel. See, I'm looking, I'm paying attention. I'm starting to feel. Why did former President Donald Trump want to give Ukraine sanctions? Wow, they having a war, and we done gave them what? Close to $8 billion. When you can give 100 million to every one of these cities in the neighborhoods in the United States, and I ain't talking about just black neighborhoods. I'm talking about all those poor folks, black folks, white folks, Latino folks. Ain't no threat down there at the border. I found out a lot of things about that border, which is not cool. Them kids are still missing. Some of them people's kids is missing. Now, you can degrade me as an unclassed citizen, or I'm not a citizen of the U.S. Doesn't mean that my kids need to be separated from me now. If my kids was missing and I'm down there at that border, then what? Somebody need to tell me my kids, because I got some reports and they was trying to make it seem like, oh, yeah, it's chaotic, like they're trying to fight to get drugs. And no, people fighting, where's my kids? And that's disturbing. And God don't like the ugly, and that's why, and see, they constantly killing us lies, sending lies. The Missouri governor, I'm sending 2,000 of CHIP officers and national security down there because it was a shame. I went down there and all them people, and yeah, dude, go and spread the lies. Talking about they're trying to get fentanyl up in here and whoop the ram, the whoop it. And like, what? Where's some people's kids at, bruh? You remember when they were just saying, it was just 2 years ago, and they were like, kids, it's labels kids and stuff. Where's my kids? Why would you separate their kids? And now they can't find their kids. Look it up. You'll be down there fighting too if your kids were separated from you because you're trying to find a better life. Come on, man. But you want to sit up here and, oh, Lord, bless me. Yes, he bless you to be a soldier. Find the truth. You just as much of a lie if you know that's a lie and you say, well, it had nothing to do with me. Yes, then you're a lie, because we all make up the children of the body of Christ. And if my baby toe is hurting, I feel it. I do not ignore it. If my little baby finger at the tip is hurting, I know it. I feel it. It's a nerve system. Like Miss Starlet said, I like that. She said, do America's issues. We got some situations going on. Help us. Help us to help you. Some of these guys are out here fighting. They ain't think nothing about us, except if they want to watch the NCAA football or the NC basketball and stuff like that. These other countries weren't thinking about us. I seen what Ukraine did to the African students when the war started. They putting them off the train. We got video footages. You weren't thinking about us. You're thinking about having a very good time. I mean, before I end this, in Qatar, it was the World Cup. The people complained from the participants in the World Cup soccer, because in Qatar, there was two things. They did not accept drinking in public and getting drunk and all that rousing, and they didn't believe in homosexuality. And if you broke any of those two, you was going to jail or executed. And there was some that was arrested. Someone was just kicked out the country. Don't come back here with that. Well, now the World Soccer World Soccer is here in the United States. Because guess what? You can do it like Travis Kelce. Yeah. Drink beer in public. Yeah, you can do it like the LPQ community. You can do it like that. But guess what? I have nothing against people. I'm not your judge. I'm not going to make you feel bad. You know who you is. I'm too busy trying to clean up and be a righteous person to you. I mean, what you do in your house livelihood, that's on you. And for real, that's on you. I just know that when if I can get to heaven, I'm going into heaven like these guys coming into that trail ride. I'm telling you, this me.
Anybody want to go sailing with me? I said, do anybody want to go sailing with me?
Yeah. Yes, I'm going in there. They let me come into heaven as soon as I get past the gate. Hey.
I'm out on the ocean, looking for a partner. Think it's time for me to go sailing.
Out on the ocean, looking for a partner. I think it's time for me to go sailing. I'm out on the ocean. I'm out
on the ocean sailing. Hey, I'm out on the ocean. Artist says, so you are so right, Roy Anthony. The truth will set you free. And that's what it set me free. I couldn't talk like this if I haven't been through it. I've been through every type of discrepancy you can go through in the U.S. Homeless, imprisonment, hungry, starved, humiliated. Oh, and next thing you know, I said, Roy, you know what? This is your fault. Because they're going to destroy this body. But they not going to be able to destroy my soul. I could feel it. If I don't do nothing else, I've been doing it, talking to the whole worldwide. We had somebody from Libya Tuesday. The whole worldwide can see what I'm talking about. I'm not knocking you. I don't care about that. I just hope that you have a relationship with God. And if you're looking for a relationship with God and you want to do it how I'm so free about stuff, all you got to do is God is closer to you than your own mouth. Just say, Lord, forgive me of my sins and come into my life. It's that easy. If you and listen to the soft voice. Don't listen to the one that's loud and obvious. Listen to the soft voice. Okay? For real. Keep praying for Big Hank. Pray for Cynthia Joy. And most of all, pray for me. And I pray for all y'all. I got nothing but love. Everybody who comes in, who pays attention. But let's not be fooled. For real. Like Big Hank would be saying, God is not to be mocked. What a man soweth is what he reaps. You know, and he'll say, always know that God is watching you always. Those who does things in the dark and all that, they don't believe in God. They don't know if he exists, because some people believe in that almighty dollar. Some people, some blacks think that white folks is their God, for real, because they got the control, it seemed like. Oh, they control these finances and stuff, but they can't control your soul and how you treat others. You know, they can't control that. How you keep showing love. Because guess what? This world is coming to you. Y'all can see it. Wars, rumors of volcanoes erupting, hell overflowing out of there. Oh, yeah. It's coming. You know? And I'm Roy Anthony. We'll see y'all next Tuesday, God's will. We're going to give y'all the date when we're going to end the show. Before WO shuts down. I just want to say thank you. Somebody, hello, Roy. Now that's a man from Libya. What's up, man? Your hours off a little bit and stuff. And hey, I just want to tell everybody, God bless them. We'll see you. And just try to remember, if the world does send you lemons, make juice. And don't always believe the propaganda and stuff, okay? God bless.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony and every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is
Anthony
anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy